Alrighty, we are here. I'm live about a minute early, so I see there is about 6 of you on. I moved the camera up, so let me know what you guys think of this angle. I kind of like it a little bit better rather than it just staring right at me. So let's see, we got Dottie in the house. What's going on, Dottie? Hello, hello. Who else do we have? Make sure you guys are typing in the chat. Say hello. It's going to be a Q&A, so we'll probably go for about an hour. Let's see. And let me know if the stream is okay, because it seems like YouTube is telling me the video output might be low. So let me know if everything is okay. On my end, it looks okay. I'm looking on my tablet. Everything looks fine. So I don't like to see those warnings, but I will listen to it. What's up, Sean? Sean is in the house. What's up, King, Eric, Greg? What is going on, everybody? So if there's lag, let me know. Hopefully we should be okay. Let me turn the TV off. Let me get everything else disconnected, just in case. But we should be good. Let's see. All right. So I've disconnected everything. We should be good to go. The only thing I'm going to keep connected is the iPad, just so I can keep tabs on everything and make sure that we're not losing connection here. So cool. All right, so it looks like we're good. I'm just going to ignore that that YouTube warning for right now. If things change, we may have to figure it out, but for now we're good. All right, so we got Greg. What's up, Greg? Marcus is in the house. Star Wars fan. What's up, man? All right, everybody's saying I'm fine, so I know there was a little bit of a freeze earlier, but yeah, it looks like we're good. So Dottie, what's up? Ivy, hello, hello. Terrence, what's up, man? Steph, what's going on, man? Steph in the house. Ken Ray, what's going on, man? What's up, Laquan? Greg, lagged for a second, better now. It might have some streaming issues. If it does, we can reset this, but I'd like to not cancel it. But if we have to, that's what we'll have to do. So let me know if you guys have any questions. This is just going to be us hanging out for the next hour. I usually go way too long on these, so this one I've got to keep it an hour. So by 9 p.m. Pacific time, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So this is just going to be just a quick hour here. I've got a couple videos to edit after this, so just figured I'd hop on and hang out with you guys for a little bit. So let's see. Post another video today. It's pretty intense. 6 days in a row now we've posted a video. I don't think I've ever been that consistent. It's insane. It takes a lot of like, people underestimate YouTube. Like this is hard to upload a video every single day. The hardest part is coming up with topics, honestly. And then filming it is not hard, but the editing is hard. That's what takes the most time. Coming up with topics, mapping them out, and doing the editing takes the longest. What is your opinion regarding the shootings? I mean, it's unfortunate, man. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on in the world, and honestly, it's a mental health crisis. I mean, somebody in their right mind doesn't do, those sort of acts. I don't want to get too in-depth into it because YouTube will trigger, that we're not being appropriate. So all right, it looks like we're lagging. So let's see. Seems like we're good again. All right. Am I going to order a pizza? No, not tonight. Not tonight. Probably won't order another pizza until Friday. Friday, Saturday. Usually that's when I'll probably go to Pizza Rock this time at Green Valley Ranch. If the stream freezes, guys, it should probably clear up in like 5 seconds after. Kind of sat in Summerlin or Northwest, rode through Henderson, Seven Hills. I mean, I like Henderson. I'm a big fan of Henderson. That's my favorite area. So ultimately, it's up to you. But, you know, for me, I like Henderson. It's quiet. It's close to everything. You can go to the airport. You can go places if you need to very easily. So I like Henderson. Everything is right here, 5 to 10 minutes. Bugs in Vegas. Yeah, the grasshoppers are pretty much gone at this point. They're not too... I saw a couple of them earlier when I was walking, but... Trying to get burnt out on video topics, maybe switch once a week. I don't want to do once a week. If I'm going to do once a week videos, they're going to be vlogs because... I mean... At the end of the day, there's always something I can make a video about. I don't know if I'll keep doing daily videos forever. I just wanted to really challenge myself to get consistent with it. You know, I'm hoping to get to at least 14 days in a row, but we'll see what happens because I'm getting through these topics, but it's tough. What are the best areas in Henderson? Green Valley is my favorite area. Green Valley, Anthem, Seven Hills. Those are all nice areas. What's your take of St. George, Utah? I've never been, but I've heard really good things. It looks like a beautiful place. It's still close to Vegas. It's only about 2 hours away. They do have a airport there. It's not a big airport, but they have a smaller airport there that will go some places. If not, you can come here to Vegas, you know, and drive if you need to get to the airport. But, yeah, I think St. George is beautiful. It looks like a really nice town. They have everything there. It's very scenic. They have a lot of the orange, you know, red rock scenery. It's a little more greenery than here. It does snow there. So I like St. George. It's nice. Just, you know, in Utah you have a state income tax, so that's something to be aware of. Like automatically, if I move to Utah, it's automatically gonna cost me more money. Did you get more rain? Nope, not today. Ever pull scams at food places? No, I've never been. I've always had really good ethics. I've never been somebody to do any of that, even as a kid. I had friends that would, but I never did. Hello, Susan. What's going on? What do you think of new Resort World Casino? I haven't looked too much into it, to be honest, but it looks like a massive place. I don't know if it'll get finished with the way this... They were trying to finish it in 2008, 2009, and the economy went bad. Now they're trying to finish it, and I think the economy's about to go bad again. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'll finish it, but we'll see. Hottest day of 2019. Today was 113 over here, but it was 114 a couple weeks ago over here. So it was definitely one of the hottest for sure. Double standard. Logan Paul still has his channel. Yeah, he has his channel, but he got a lot of demonetization. So he got taken off like the big platform. He had a lot of issues with his channel. So his videos are still there, but he doesn't make anywhere near what he used to from the videos. What is the name of the casino in Green Valley with the buffet? There is 3 casinos over here. There's Fiesta, there is Sunset Station, and there's Green Valley Ranch. I've only had the one at Green Valley Ranch, and it was really good. Really good. I went there for Christmas when my family was in town. Enjoyed it. Really good for the price. They had a good variety. All the food was nice and fresh. Great taste. I've eaten in Sunset Station at the Italian restaurant. I went there for Thanksgiving last year, and that was really good as well. So it's not a buffet, the Italian restaurant, but it's like a sit-down place, and they had a really good Thanksgiving dinner there. Great day in the stock market today. Yeah, I know, right? Well, as far as the stock market goes, I think the Fed is just going to buy more stocks to prop it back up. So we'll see what happens with that. But where would you consider moving when you have a family? Well, that depends. I mean, I wouldn't be the only person involved at that point, so it would have to come to a mutual decision. But, I may be moving back to Florida early next year. I don't know. I haven't fully decided if I will or won't, but I've been considering it. And I am 28. I'll be 29 soon. So 29 in October. Las Vegas is going to run off all their business with resort fees. Well, the problem is I mean, at the end of the day, like, hold on one second. Get this up. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't think, here's the thing. Everything is getting more expensive. Like, I don't like the resort fees. I don't like that rents are getting more expensive. I don't like it. But nobody's really getting to the root cause. Nobody is asking why things are so expensive in the first place. Nobody's asking why the central banks and the Fed is allowed to devalue our currencies, and print money out of thin air. Nobody's asking these questions. Everybody's just complaining that things are so expensive. The bottom line is that your dollar is not worth what it used to be because it's fiat money. It's being printed every single day, more and more and more. And this country is in more and more and more debt every single day. The dollar bill is literally a debt note. That's all it is. It's an IOU. It's not backed by anything. So I think everybody is asking why things are getting so expensive, and they need to be looking at the government, and they need to be looking at the Fed and asking them, why are we doing this? Because they're the ones to really blame. That's why things are getting more expensive. It's not necessary. I mean, that's the bottom line, really. I don't like paying higher prices, but that's the whole reason behind it. I mean, a couple of years ago, you can get a 1-bedroom apartment for $600-700. Now you're paying $1,100. A car, you used to be able to get a Chevy Suburban for, $35,000-40. Now they're $55,000-60,000, and they can't even get them off the lot because nobody's buying them right now because nobody has money. So we got a big bubble in our economy right now, in my opinion. Let's see. I believe it's Green Valley Ranch. Very nice. Yeah, Green Valley Ranch is great. I liked it over there. Very nice. It's the nicest one in Henderson for sure. Can't own a great majority of casinos. Well, the problem is, they can't really have. I guess you could kind of consider it a monopoly, but at the end of the day, it's capitalism. That's why MGM and all these places are able to own all of these. But, I can see how that could be considered a monopoly if they keep kind of going. But the problem is they're all under different names. So I don't know technically how that works. But where'd you get that white office chair? It's from IKEA. I got it from IKEA. Let me see if I can find the name of it for you because I was looking for it for a while. And I wasn't able to find it. Because office chair, I think it was like $70. But yeah, I got it at IKEA. It comes in all black as well. It is called the, oh god, I don't even know how to pronounce. I can never pronounce these IKEA names. Milberget. Milberget. I was trying to share the screen with you, but my software is not letting me do it. So, never mind. But it's called the Milberget. Here, I'll type it in the chat. There you go. Okay. Politics. Yep. Tony, what's happening, bro? What's up, Kobe? When these companies buy up smaller companies, they inherit debt and have to make up for that. I mean, all these big companies are in debt. Have you bought any crypto? No. I don't get it. The salaries haven't kept up with inflation. It's because we're printing more money. That we're just printing money. The value of a dollar, when there's more out there, it's not worth as much at the end of the day. And they're just printing and printing and printing and printing. Like the reason why when our parents were growing up, I mean, I don't know how old you are, Cheryl, or what your age is or anything, but I mean, when my parents were growing up, there wasn't all this money flowing around. There wasn't all of this money, you know, but back in 2008, when they bailed out the banks, they started printing all this money. I mean, now we have this influx of just tons of money. So the dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. That is a fly chair. Well, thank you. Seems like the casinos are making a lot of money off gambling nowadays. I mean, mostly the older generation, millennials and Gen Z or whatever they call these newbies, young, 2000, whatever they call their generation. We don't really gamble. They spend most of their money at the day clubs and entertainment and all that stuff. I mean, they do gamble, but it's not as much as the older generation. Older videos, yeah, I mean, the older videos talking about the cost of living in Vegas, I mean, like I said, it used to be $600 for a one-bedroom apartment. My community here, when it first opened, you could get a studio, which the studios are actually in their own building, actually. So you have a garage underneath, you have a staircase, and your unit is above your garage, so you literally have your own building. It's like you have a house, kind of, and the studios were $800 a month. I mean, for a studio, it's a lot, but you had your own building, brand new garage, everything. Now they're $1,300. So, and that was only 2 years ago. Who builds quality homes? I'm not sure. I haven't looked too much into the home builders, to be honest. That's something I would have to do some research on. But not sure on that one, Frank. I apologize. Watch the news, reviewing Excel. Is it dangerous to have a small dog in the Vegas area? I mean, you want to be careful. If you have like a fenced in backyard, you should be fine. But there's definitely coyotes. I actually covered this in the video today. There's not a lot of coyotes. They're not just like everywhere lingering around by any means. But there's more coyotes in Southern Highlands, more of the more isolated areas. Like here in Green Valley, I've never seen one or heard of one, but yeah, they definitely exist. You do have to be careful of that for sure, especially with small pets. Food prices are ridiculous. That's another thing. Nobody's talking about that. Food prices have gone up. Nobody's noticing this, but food prices are a lot higher. We are lagging. All right, we're good now. It's got to be my internet connection. I don't know what's up with my internet lately. Because we don't have as much money to gamble. So do you think it's due to overpopulation? As far as the rents, no, because it's anywhere you go in the country, everything is getting more expensive. Food, cars, anything that you need to get is more expensive. Everything is just going up because of the government problems and printing a bunch of money and being in debt. I guess they're getting those rents. Don't know how, but they must be. Oh, they are, for sure. The thing is, people coming from California, I mean, they're used to paying $2,500 for a one-bedroom, $1,700 for a studio. So you come here, you see $1,200, it's like a bargain, even though it's definitely not perfect, but yeah, I mean, when you have those higher prices you're used to and you come over here, it looks a lot cheaper. My buddy called me a cougar the other day. It's all good. Appreciate the help. You got it, Dan. Or Frank Dan. The British pound is backed by the sterling silver. That's what exactly. Our money is backed by nothing. It's backed by faith. Literally, your dollar is a piece of paper. It's literally a piece of paper with a number on it. It's not backed by anything anymore. That was dropped years ago. We used to be backed by silver and gold, and now it's just a piece of paper backed by the good faith of the American population. That's it. It's literally valueless. But it only has value because we assume it has value. I live in the Bay Area, so I don't think about that rent. I want to live in Vegas. I mean, I'm not into gambling or anything either. So if you like outdoor activities or anything of that sort, then you would like it here. There's a lot of places you can drive to, a lot of nice, national parks and parks in general and Lake Mead. So, I mean, there's a lot to do if you like outdoor activities, but yeah, I'm not into gambling or any of that either. I literally have not gambled a dollar. I've lived here a year and a month, and I have not put a single dollar into a gaming machine because it's a ripoff. How do you think these, people, yes, you do have a small chance of winning. You always do, and of course you have to play to win. But at the end of the day, look how massive these buildings are that these casinos are in. How do you think they got these buildings? By people gambling. Like, your chances of winning are zero. Like, you're literally not going to win usually. If you want to do it for entertainment and like that's your, $100 of entertainment for the month, then cool. Like, go do that if that's what you enjoy doing. But gambling just to gamble is never a good idea. Let's see. Dottie. Tell your friends you're not cougarish. Some condos that run $5,000 a month. Yeah, we have apartments here that are, $4,000 or $5,000 a month. These like high level loft apartments. They charge $5,000 for them. It's crazy. So California is ruining Vegas. I wouldn't say it's California. I mean, it is part of the problem for sure. Because like I said, people come here and the rent is just a lot cheaper, but it's everywhere. I mean, my old apartment in Orlando used to be $840 before I moved, literally 2017, and now it's $1,300. So it's not just Vegas. I mean, it's anywhere you go, prices are going up. $1,700 for studio, shaking my head. Yep. $1,200 a bargain, $800 here in Indiana for 2-bed, 2-bath. Downside is, I wouldn't want to live in Indiana. How can the typical service workers afford to live there? Most people have roommates. So if they work in the casinos, they usually have roommates, like 1 or 2 roommates, and they split everything, basically. Because if a 2-bedroom apartment is $1,400, and you split it and you have a roommate, then you're paying $700 each, which isn't too bad. But then you have to have a roommate, and you got to deal with other people's shit and habits. So $20 could fill a whole cart. Yeah, $20 used to be something. Now it's like not. My wife and I tried to drive to Area 51. You gotta be careful of that. There's like white trucks security out there that will approach you. I used to see my history professor at Sam's Town. That's funny. Have you ever been to Area 51? No. I would be open to like driving down that road and checking out the extraterrestrial highway and just heading out there, but I wouldn't get close to Area 51. I just have no desire. I have yet to learn how to tag on YouTube. Just do the @ sign, and then you can type whoever's the name is, and then you'll be able to tag. You don't need to worry about cost of living, just win money. I wish that was that easy. You're really honest about Vegas, better than other guys on YouTube. I try to. I mean, I just literally, the thing is, I give my opinion. I give my experience, and people can run with that. I'm not sitting here going to be pro Vegas or anti Vegas. I'm just going to tell it like it is to me and my experience, because I think that's what a lot of people forget to do. Some people do partnerships with a realtor, or they do partnerships with somebody where they have some sort of incentive to try to get people to move here. And a lot of people actually assume that I'm a realtor. I've had messages asking me about, buying a home from me. And I'm like, I'm not a realtor. I just share my opinion and my experience with you guys. So, I mean, you can't really be you're kind of in the middle when you're just sharing your experience, and you can't really be right or wrong, at the end of the day, because it's your experience, and that's unique to each individual. So the landlord knows young people can't buy a house. They have no choice but to pay rent. Yeah, I mean, it's something like, honestly, 53% of Americans don't even have $400 in savings right now. Like, they're one flat tire away from devastation, So, I mean, that's the problem. People don't have the money to put down on a house because they're busy making payments on everything else. And I've been there. I'm still there in a way. I'm not debt free yet. I should be by the end of the year, but I've been there where you just buy things because, oh yeah, I can afford the payment. But then shit goes sour, you lose your job, something happens with your car, and yeah, you can afford your payments, but then you're in a shitty situation because you have no money. And people get over leveraged, especially millennials, my generation. Like, most people do not know how to use money. They don't know anything about money. They think that it's there to buy things. They don't think about investments. They don't think about assets. They don't think about their future. All they want to do is just buy things to impress people. My generation is so obsessed with social status. It's ridiculous. They'd be willing to go into debt just so they can post a picture on Instagram that they, got this fancy bag or this car or this vacation, that they just put $7,000 of a vacation on their credit card so that they could show off on Instagram. It's ridiculous. What does your wristband say? This is Evogen Elite. It's a fitness supplement company. I'm one of their affiliates. I used to be one of their athletes, but it was just too much. So just an affiliate now. But I use all their products every single day. Actually just ran out, so I need to put an order. Money is the root of the problem. I mean, I think money is a good thing. Money solves problems. Money allows you to be free. Money allows you to have decisions. It allows you to do things that you want to do and have freedom. But the problem is people don't use it correctly. They don't use it as a tool. They just spend. Money is a tool to help you and to make your life easier. Please don't get mad at Californians. We're trying to escape the high cost of living. The problem is I don't have any issue with Californians moving. I was there for a year, so I completely get it. But the problem is a lot of Californians come to new places and vote for the same things that destroyed their state. So that's where a lot of people get upset. People relocate and then they start voting for these taxes and they vote for all these policies that are the complete reason why, things are the way they are there. And I'm not saying you think this way, but, in general, this is the problem. Have people in your apartment complex recognize you? No, not yet. Not in the apartment complex, but I've had somebody at the gas station come up to me about it. Debt free by 30 will serve you very well. Yeah, for sure. I'll be 29 when it's all said and done. I should be done by October, November. So we'll see. Unless something else comes up by then, maybe December or January, but I should be done by October, November is the goal. I hear avocados are getting a little more scarce. I'm not sure. I mean, I went to the grocery store and there was a lot of things that were out of stock, so had to watch another ad to rejoin chat. Huh. I have the ads on like always, but it shouldn't. I didn't know it interrupted in the middle of it. That's kind of annoying. I thought it was only at the beginning. Thank you for being honest and sharing your experience. You got it. Schools never taught us about assets, only buy more things. Yep. The school teaches you useless stuff most of the time. Algebra 2, geometry, all this nonsense that you're never going to use. Social studies, science, biology. You know, like it's all interesting, but it's not really what you need in life. You know, and then they teach you just to go to school, go to college, get into $50,000 of debt. You know, then work to get a job that isn't going to be able to pay off your debt. And then since you don't have money to pay off things, you're going to have to get a credit card, and you got to get your credit score up. So then you're going to put things on your credit card, and then you have to have a car. So then you're going to have to get a car loan. Before you know it, you're $150,000 in debt. You've talked about the good neighborhoods. What are some of the bad ones? I did a video actually about that, the areas to avoid, but the basic areas to avoid are most of northern Las Vegas. Not all of it. There are some nice areas, but most of North Las Vegas. Anything east of the strip, usually like anything just right around the strip is typically going to be sketchy. You're going to have homeless, more crime, trash, dirty, etc. So those are like the main areas you want to be pretty much away from the strip, in my opinion. And let's see, downtown Las Vegas as well has some okay areas if you want to live in like a high-rise building, like if you want a fancy place to live in, but overall downtown is not the best either. But I did a whole video on that. You can go back and there's like, I think it's like a 7-8 minute video about areas to avoid. Nevada voted blue last election. Is the governor Republican or Democrat? I believe we have a Democrat. I haven't looked into it too much. Watch the Hazard Pays the video. I was saying Social Security will run out by 2035. I think it'll be before that, to be honest. Vegas has expanded so much in the past 6 years. For sure. There's apartment buildings going up on like every corner. There's new houses going up. It's crazy. How do you get around without a car? Are you within walking distance? Yeah, I have everything literally within walking distance, but I work from home, so it's super easy for me. If I didn't work from home, it would be nearly impossible. But because I work from home, it's very easy. As far as my groceries, I usually use Amazon Prime, and it comes within 2 hours. So I put my grocery order in, and it's free delivery. So you just tip $5, $10, whatever you're going to tip. And they bring you your groceries. You can do it from Whole Foods, or you can do it from the actual Amazon distribution center. So it doesn't have to be Whole Foods organic if you're not into that. But yeah, you order it and it's free 2-hour delivery. So I usually do that. It's very convenient. And that's about the only thing that I really need. I mean, across the street, we've got pretty close by, we've got a grocery store if I wanted to walk. And I was walking a couple times to get things because I like to go for walks in general. So I figured I would just walk to the grocery store. But right now it's just too damn hot. So I haven't been doing that. Even at night, it's just, by the time it's 8 o'clock, I don't feel like walking to the grocery store. So I just do the order. But yeah, everything is right over here. So it's simple. My apartment has a really nice gym. They have a coffee maker. You can do lattes, everything for free. Bottled water for free. Pool. 2 pools, 2 hot tubs. It's great. So I've seen people go to clubs, but yet they're like, yeah, for sure. People have really bad priorities stuff. Casinos have shortened your chances of winning, for sure. They changed, like blackjack used to be 3-2 payout, now it's 6-5. There's like a lot of little things that are changing. Do you see at some point programs like SA, Snap, and 10-1 for good? I don't know. That's such a tough thing to go over, but probably. I don't believe in colleges anymore. No, they're for profit, man. They're a big scam, honestly. Like, okay, if you're trying to be a doctor, a lawyer, like I see it, but most people go for general degrees that aren't going to do anything for them, and they end up being a, waiter or waitress. We have like 300,000 waiters and waitresses with bachelor's degrees that are in like $60,000 to $100,000 in student loan debt. Like, that's a problem. I mean, at the end of the day, people were lied to. They we're sold this thing that you take out these loans, you go to school, and you'll be paying it off. Oh yeah, so 60 grand in loans, not a big deal. You're gonna make 50 a year, so pay it off in 2 years. But then you have real life expenses. You have rent, you have a car, you have insurance, you have all of these things that you have to pay for, and then you can't really pay down your student loans. So I will be right back, guys. I am gonna run to the restroom real quick, sucking down this coffee. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. So let's see. California. I'm trying to catch up with these comments. You guys are keeping me active tonight. I think I've been talking the whole time. This is cool. So let's see. When I came to Dallas 7 years ago, rents were $700. Yeah. Double the rent. How's the weather in Vegas? I'm not sure today. I went outside earlier. It was about 113 earlier today. So right now it's 103 at 8:30, which sounds terrible to most people, but it's, when the sun's not out and everything, it's not too bad at night. Hey T, what's going on, road trips? Have you seen a cool movie lately? Let's see. I don't really watch a lot of new movies. The last one I went and saw was The Lion King. That was really good. I like the original better, of course, but The Lion King was pretty good. And then I watched Rush Hour 3 again the other night. But I don't watch too much TV. Just like here and there. Dun, 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 dun. Mike C, how many businesses do you have? I mean, I just have one, really. Death Valley said 120. Oof. God. That would be unbearable. I'd be interested to see if that was like that. That's crazy. I've been hearing when it's been 117 in Vegas, and it's brutal. Like, you don't want to go outside. I mean, it's hot. You want to be inside when it's like that. It's just too hot to worth risking your health. Broadcaster taking him. Nah, I just had to go number one. I think kids are sold a lie impression in college by high school teachers. Well, because the high school teachers were manipulated as well. They were told the same thing. And I mean, most people just still haven't woken up. They still think that's the answer. I mean, do they not see all of the people? Like, I know, here's the thing. Like, before, when I was in college and I was working as a front desk agent at a hotel, I remember I was like thinking I was better than, the bartenders or, some of my friends who were still waiters and waitresses, because I was like, oh, I'm working on my, career and this and that. And meanwhile, they were making more money than I was. It was like, it just didn't make sense, So I think we're sold this lie, where, we think college and moving up the corporate ladder, that's not a thing anymore. It's just not. Kids think the world will end if they don't get into the right college. Yeah. Most kids want to go to out-of-state college. They want to spend all this money so that they can brag that they're going to this other school to their friends. They don't want to go to the community college or the trade school because they want the college experience. Yeah. Don't know if I could adjust to heat in Vegas. I mean, if you've lived in California your whole life, it probably would be tough. But I lived in Florida before this, so I'm used to like the heavy heat. But I mean, it's only 3 months. After that, you're good. But the winters do get cold. You know, a lot of people don't realize this. I mean, it gets extremely hot here, but it also gets, I wouldn't say extremely cold, but it gets pretty dang cold. Last year, the lowest I saw it was like 27 one night. So it, you know, it gets cold here. I think November, December, and January, it's like 50s and then like 30s and 40s at night. So, I mean, it gets cold. I have an active imagination. What do you think about current housing markets? Overpriced. For sure. Overpriced. And if you go onto Zillow.com, you look on Trulia.com, you look at all these houses that are for sale. Most of them are stage or empty, which tells you something. There's not people living in them. So that's not a good sign. Michelle from Oklahoma. What's up, Michelle? At least it's dry heat. Yeah, I mean, definitely. If it was 115 and like humid heat like Florida, that would be deadly. Thanks to the power of the internet, the young people are realizing buying a house and college loans are a scam. Yeah, I mean, buying a house is... The problem with that is it locks you in for 30 years. Like, you're stuck. You can't move. I mean, the thing is you don't have a rent increase, so that's kind of a plus. You know, you're paying the same amount for 30 years, no matter inflation, whatever. So that's the thing that sucks about buying a house, or that's good about buying a house, but then you're stuck in one area. You can't just like decide, oh, next year I'm going to move, and then the year again I'm going to move, and then, you know, you get into this thing where, and then you get this house. This is the other thing. A lot of people don't think about this. Then you get this big house, right? Or not even big, but you get this house that has more space than you need. And then you start to furnish it, and you buy all this furniture and all this crap that you don't need. And then when it comes time to maybe think about moving, or somebody brings it up, you don't want to move because now you have to move all your shit. So then you're stuck. So it's like a double-edged sword. College's ways puts you into debt. You're capable. For sure. For sure. As long as you have relevant skills today, you don't need a piece of paper. And with the power of the internet, anything is possible. I mean, I've seen some crazy things on the internet. From like the amount of money that people are making on the internet is insane. It would blow your mind. There's a lot of it that I can't talk about it, but there's a lot of money to be made on the internet. We'll leave it at that. Hottest temp was 134. Oh my god. Oof. Honestly, some of these street performers are making more. Yeah. And these corporate employees walk around entitled like they're better than other people when they're not. Like, just because you have a corporate job and a salary doesn't make you better than a street performer or a shoe shiner or a bartender or a waiter or a waitress. People get on this ego trip that, you know, they're a manager or they're, you know, whatever, a supervisor or whatever, you know, and then they start to think they're better than other people. And in reality, a lot of people are one paycheck away from being on the street, unfortunately. Like I said, 53% of Americans do not have $400 in savings account. Therefore, most of them, if an emergency came along, would be on the street or living with family. I'm in Phoenix. We never live anywhere cold again. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live really anywhere cold, honestly. Not long term. I might be able to do it for a year to try it, but I wouldn't want to live there permanently. 20 below zero in upstate. No, thank you. I have a lot of family in Connecticut, and it gets freezing up there. All the snow, like, no way. 8 below in Big Bear. Jeez. I've been to Big Bear once. It was nice. My husband has CDL. There are good jobs there for CDL drivers. I mean, this is like a big delivery hub, so it could be. I would go on to Indeed.com, Indeed, Monster, go onto these different websites and look up the job availability for that position and check it out. That's going to be the best thing you could do. Do you drink? I do, but it's very rare. It has to be like an occasion, like a birthday, some sort of a celebration, New Year's. I don't like sit home and usually drink. Like twice a year, I'll go and grab a 6-pack and I'll relax and go by the hot tub and watch a movie, but it's very rare. I just don't like the feeling the next day after drinking, especially because I don't really drink very much. So when I do have like 2 or 3 beers, I actually feel that the next day because I never drink. Dry heat or humid heat doesn't matter. Yeah, when it's 120, it doesn't matter at that point. Rather dwell with a small place, peaceful person, White House. Yep. Wow, he does have a delay. Yeah, if I'm behind on the chats, because there's just so many comments. You guys are being super active tonight, so I appreciate that. If you're on here and you haven't yet hit the thumbs up, this is the first time I'm actually saying this, so make sure you smash the thumbs up if you haven't. That way the video gets out to more people and, you know, all that good stuff. That way more people can join in, but you guys are awesome tonight. You guys are always awesome, but especially tonight. The chat, I haven't had a dead time at all. This is awesome. Do you like your new apartment? I actually did not move into the other apartment. I extended the lease here for 6 months because I may be moving back to Florida early next year. So I did not want to move into a larger apartment to, again, you know, furnish a larger apartment to buy more furniture just to end up leaving in 6 months. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do, so I figured 6-month extension was the best way to go. And after 6 months, if I decide that I am going to stay here in Vegas, then I will probably move into the 2-bedroom. But for now, while I was undecided, I wanted to just stay put and not add extra $100 onto my rent every month. Dry, cold. Yeah, I mean, it gets, that's, I mean, just like we get dry heat here, we get the dry cold in the winter. So, coldest ever was -52 near the Lake Tahoe in the regions. Oof, God, I can't even like fathom that. Sounds awful. I can't even fathom like 10 degrees. I've never been in anything colder than like 25, 26 degrees. I do an occasional bottle of Mogendaver kosher wine. I'll have wine once in a while. Usually if it's like I used to drink more wine when I was like going on a lot of dates when I was in Florida. I used to drink a lot of wine back then. There's 2 things women love, wine and pizza. I'll just put that out there. I had a feeling you might move back the way you have been talking. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not 100% set, but too congested up there. People come and leave, but now they live up there. Yeah, there's a lot of houses up there. Orlando area again? Yeah, it would be Orlando for sure. That's where I have my roots. That's where my family is. That's where my close friends are. So we'll see what happens. And occasional Cuervo Grand. My God, who used to drink one of those? I think it was the girl I used to date when I was like 22 and younger. I think her mother used to always drink Cuervo and Grand Marnier. Like, very often. People get used to the heat. Believe it or not, you get used to the frigid weather. Yeah. I mean, I think it gets to a point where, like, the extreme heat, the extreme cold, the snow, I don't think you necessarily get used to it. I think you just learn to tolerate it. Like, here, I wouldn't say I'm, like, used to the heat. I just have learned to tolerate it. Pink Moscato every now and then, unless I'm partying. I seem to be attracted to touristy areas. I mean, I was just born in Connecticut, and I don't remember it too much, but I lived my entire life in Orlando, and, you know, I visited Los Angeles, decided I wanted to move there, and kind of ended up in Las Vegas. I didn't 100% move here by choice. It was just the best decision for me at the time. So I never had plans to live in Las Vegas. Like, it was never like really planned out for me to be in Las Vegas. You know, it just kind of happened. It was the best choice for me to do last year. So, you ever had Bacardi or Captain Morgan? I used to drink a shitload of Captain Morgan when I was in college. I used to drink the 100 proof. I had a lot of Bacardi. I've been to the Bacardi factory in Puerto Rico. I love Don Q as well. Don Q is really good. The Bacardi has the really good lemon one. That's good in Sprite. So, yeah, I used to drink a load of rum. Rum and Coke was my drink when I was in college, and that's why I gained so much. I wouldn't say gained so much weight, but that's why I gained weight in college. It was a combination of the beer, the late night pizzas, the rum and Coke, all that all the time. But yeah, if I'm gonna drink liquor, it's gonna be rum and Coke or it's gonna be vodka Red Bull. Those are my drinks right there. And if I have too many vodka Red Bulls, I'm not the same person. I drastically change. I get very, very loose. Have some cannolis with an Italian chick. Yeah, they have a lot of those at Italy. They have the cannolis and all that stuff. Did you ever work for Disney while in Orlando? I didn't work for Disney personally. My dad worked for Disney at one point. And I dated a few girls who worked at Disney as well. Disney's a big employer in the Orlando area. And especially when I lived out. I lived about 15 minutes from Disney, 10 minutes from Universal, 5 minutes from SeaWorld is where I used to live. So I was like right in the heart of everything. I was right in the tourist district. There was so much to do over there. And my rent was only $840 at the time, but now it's gone up significantly like everywhere else. But it's a great area over there. I liked it. And a lot of people that you meet in Orlando are going to work for Disney. It's just the way it is. It's like when you come here, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people work for the casinos. Is the weather in Florida brutal in the summer? The weather is pretty bad in Florida in the summer. The reason why is it ends up being 85 to 95 typically each day. And what happens is it's hot all day. It's muggy. It'll rain around 3 p.m. for about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. And then the sun will come back out, and now all that moisture just comes like baking off of the pavement. So like sometimes I would see this often if you were on like a road that had the black tar on it. You would see like steam coming up off the road because of the humidity rising so fast and so much. So yeah, it was pretty bad. Is the rent for houses there really high where you live? I would say the average rent for a house, like if you're just looking for a basic house, I mean $1,500 probably. For like a 3-bedroom, maybe $1,400 depending on the area. But again, I would go onto Zillow.com, go onto rent.com, and actually pull up a map of the area you're interested in. You'll be able to get a really good idea of the rents for the prices of the house, because it totally depends on like your lifestyle too. Like some people want a nicer house, some people don't care, some people are okay with an older house, some people want a garage, some people want a pool. So you'll be able to put in all your specifications on the website there, and it'll give you all of the different prices. But I would say probably around $1,400 is where a house is going to start. I lived in Daytona years ago. It went through a revitalization, I believe, a few years ago. But yeah, it had definitely some rough times down there in Daytona. That was definitely a place to avoid while I was still living there. But I guess they've updated it since, I've heard. Should I have a beer before bed? No, don't do it. Have some tea. Have some tea. It's almost midnight in Orlando. It's about 80 degrees with 88% humidity. Yeah. Yeah, the humidity there is no joke. It's 76 there right now. 76, 91% humidity. So, yeah. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but I mean, if it'll focus, it's literally thunderstorms every day. So that's the fun part of Florida. Rains every day. Look at the rain chance. So I don't know why it's called the Sunshine State. It's like I think it was a marketing thing to try to get people to move down there, but it's definitely not the Sunshine State. I get so much rain. It's nice certain times of year in Florida. Yeah, usually like January through like April is pretty good. But once it hits like May, June, July, August, September, it's super hot. I mean, I remember living there and it was 85 degrees during Christmas Day. 85 degrees and humid Christmas Day. What's your favorite PR dish? Do you mean Puerto Rican dish? If it's that, I mean skirt steak. Skirt steak all day, rice and beans. I don't know if that's necessarily a Puerto Rican thing, but it's Spanish food. Skirt steak, rice and beans. I love that like green dipping sauce that they have the skirt steak with. So good. I hit the thumbs up button early on. Well, I thank you. Thank you, Susan. So we got 43 watching and only 26 likes. Smash the thumbs up button, guys, if you haven't yet. Daytona has so much potential. Yeah, it does, but we'll see what happens with it. Like I said, it's going through revitalization, so it might be better now. Nothing like a sunburn with sand stuck all over you. Yeah, because then it gets all itchy, and then you aggravate your sunburn when you actually like itch it, and yeah, not fun. The worst sunburn I had in Florida was when I actually I talked about this in one of my videos. I sunburned my eyelids at the beach, and I literally could not open my eyelids the next day. It's awful. I'm a cashier at the casino here. Do you think I'll have trouble finding a job there? I mean, that totally depends on you and how ambitious you are, but there's definitely jobs here. There's definitely jobs here. I mean, I remember before I moved here, I applied for a job at the Cosmopolitan for front desk, and I actually got called for an interview 2 days later. And I haven't worked I have not worked a job since 2016. So I had a 3-year gap on my resume, and I got a call right away because I had a lot of experience. But I mean, that totally depends on you and your application, how you answer the questions, all that stuff. But there's other jobs as well. You don't have to work in a casino. Just because that's what you do now doesn't mean that's what you have to do. There's other things. Nevada's a sunshine state. I agree. We have 294 days of sunshine here a year. Go to Venetian, eat at the Black Tap. Best burgers. I'll have to try that. Sounds good. I like me a good burger. So why do you want to move back there? It's just personal reasons, really. Family, friends. That's home at the end of the day. I'm out here by myself. I don't have anybody out here. I have a couple friends, but it's not the same when you get older. I have childhood friends that I'm close with, and family back home. It's just every time I've gone back, the first time I went back, I was kind of not a big deal. But every time I've been back after the first time, I've been kind of missing it and feeling like I wanted to move back. So look up Death Valley for tomorrow. I'll have to look at it. I'm curious. Let's see. Death Valley. It's hard to type because the microphone's over the thing. Death Valley looks like 119 tomorrow. Oh my god. I mean, it's gonna be 111 here, I think. So it's not that far off, but that 8 degrees makes a difference. Makes a big difference. So. Okay, we got Dottie's asking about the cards. You're gonna need your TAM card, your health card, and your sheriff's card. I believe you can get some of them. I don't remember exactly which ones you need before, which ones you need to get after. I think you get your sheriff's card after, but I think you can get your TAM cards and all that. So, Dottie, I will put a link here to the actual website, and this will tell you a little bit more about it. And this is actually the video that I posted that I'll walk you through a little bit more about that. Alligators eating small dogs. That's rare. There's not, like, people think that alligators are everywhere in Florida. They're not. They're not just, like, roaming the streets. Have you found any good breakfast spots there? I've been to Metro Diner. It was really good. I think it was called Metro Diner. Metro Diner. I haven't gone back just because I went when my family was here. So I don't usually just go out by myself. But yeah, Metro Diner. It was really good. And then I've heard Farmer Boys has really good food as well. My husband works in the oil field. Are there any jobs like that there? I'm not sure if there's oil field jobs here. I don't believe we have oil here. I could be wrong. I just have no idea about that. But again, I would go on to monster.com, indeed.com, put in Las Vegas. It's going to show all of the jobs that are available here. That's the best way to do it because I'm not sure what's going to be available right now. What's up, Sungdu? Steph, a lot of New Yorkers in New Jersey move to Miami. That was always the case. They've always, like, Northeast always moves to Florida. Northeastern people always move to Florida. It's loaded with that. I mean, that's where my family's from. They're from Connecticut, Northeast. They moved down to Florida. Do snowbirds go to Las Vegas or just Florida? People retire here. They don't really come here for, like, just the winter. I mean, I'm sure some people do, but I feel like more so definitely in Florida, more snowbirds. Good links. I want to move out of New York so bad. Do you ever see any wild gators in Florida? I only saw one, really. The one that we had was actually at a hotel I worked at the time. I think it was my first week of being the manager, and somebody came inside telling me there was a gator in the parking lot. So I had to call animal control. It wasn't like big. It was like, I think it was like 3 feet, maybe. I mean, it was decent size, but it was still a baby. So that's the only time I've ever seen like a wild gator, and I don't even know where it came from because there wasn't like a lake. I mean, there was a lake across the street, but it was a man-made lake, so I don't think. And then besides that, I was just surrounded by hotels, so I don't really know where the gator came from. Seemed like it was like almost dropped off there, but that was the only wild one that I've seen. Do you like Colombian coffee? Yes, I like anything coffee. Sizzling in Seoul, 95 degrees. Yeah, you guys get humidity there too, I believe, over in Asia. A lot of humidity. Thank you for all the info. You got it, Michelle. I'm thinking of moving to Vegas or Florida, even though I hate the heat. Well, visit both. And, I think if you're in your early 20s or 30s, single, and you're looking for somewhere to maybe, I don't know, have a little fun, whatever, then out here would be good. But if you're like trying to settle down into a career and really establish yourself and maybe like have a place where you can start a family, I would recommend Florida. That's just my personal opinion, but definitely visit both and see which one you think you like better. The thing about Florida's flat. There's no mountains, there's no scenery, there's nothing to really look at. Everything is flat. So, the fish dinners at Farm Boys are nice. I haven't had their fish. I've had their burger, the avocado burger. That was really good. Do you like Vegas locals? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody that I've come across has been really friendly, honestly. All of my neighbors say hello. They're very friendly. Everybody in the community is friendly. I haven't had anybody who was, not friendly at all. So, I mean, I've enjoyed it. You are welcome. How tall are you? 6'1"? No, I'm 5'6". I'm like 5'6", 5'7". I'm not tall at all. I know you guys can never tell because all my videos are sitting down, but 5'6", 5'7". I don't know. What does my license even say? I think my license says 5'7", but it might say 5'6". I don't know. Let's see. 5'6". So 5'6" it is. The Loop has some good burgers. Burger sounds good right now. I haven't had a burger in a while. Well, actually, I take that back. I had a burger on Friday. I forgot. Yeah, I had a burger on Friday. I'll probably get another one this Friday. We shall see. We shall see. Upstate New York is beautiful in spring and fall, but too expensive. Yeah, I hear New York is nice. Of all of the 50 states, how many have you been to? Let's see. I've been to Florida, obviously, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Nevada, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New Jersey. 14. It's not very many, only 14. There's other places that like I've flown to, but it's just like a connection that I don't count because I haven't really. If I haven't actually like explored the area, I don't count it. Have you been to Venice, Florida? That was my second choice. Venice, Florida is great. It's there's a lot of snowbirds there though. Venice, Florida, anywhere on the west coast of Florida, Sarasota and Venice are like the most beautiful in my opinion. Best beaches, best weather. The water is super warm. The sand is like powder. It's amazing. Venice and Sarasota. Naples too, but more so Sarasota and Venice. But yeah, there's a lot of older people there. There's not a whole lot going on. It's kind of a boring place. So mushroom and Swiss, yes. Fat Burger has an amazing mushroom and Swiss burger that I like. I like In-N-Out. It's not fancy. In-N-Out is okay if you just want something casual. It's not bad. My favorite by far is Shake Shack. They're just a little expensive, but Shake Shack is definitely my favorite. Try Gordon Ramsay. I've heard Gordon Ramsay. I just know it's super expensive at those places. How's the dating life there in Vegas? I mean, I've only gone on one date and it was terrible, but how are the women? Are they... I mean, there's going to be different size women everywhere you go. I can't sit here and tell you that all women are... I mean, some women are thin, some women are bigger, some women are friendly, some women are not. Some women are trashy, some are not. Some are sexy, some are not. It's the same thing. Like every you can say that about men and women. Like there's no way for me to really answer that question. I mean, you need to just be yourself, be, on your game, work on your purpose, get yourself where you want to be, and then worry about finding a mate. You shouldn't be seeking out a mate anyway. I think most people try to find somebody before they've even taken care of themselves, and that's the problem. Heart Attack Grill. I haven't heard too much about Heart Attack Grill. I've gone by it a few times when I've been downtown, but I've never just felt the need to go in there. Just like the fact that they're so blatant about how like bad it is for you, and like they call it Heart Attack Grill, it just makes me like not even like kind of want to eat there because it just is unappealing. But I'd be willing to try it. I heard Shake Shack is awesome. Yeah, it's my favorite by far. Shake Shack is the bomb. Shake Shack and then Fat Burger would be my number 2. And then behind that would be Habit Burger. And then probably Farmer Boys, and then In-N-Out would be below that. Atlantic City is where I got my bathing suit. Why are you moving back to Florida? I don't know if I'm moving back yet. I'm going to decide in probably December or January. My lease ends on January 31st. So December is probably when I will make a decision, because I'll have to put in a 30-day notice, and they'll be asking me if I'm going to renew in 30 days. So I'll either have to give them notice or I'll have to renew. So we'll see. But if I move back, it's because personal reasons. I mean, Florida's home. It's like home. There's something about home, all my childhood friends, close friends are there. I've got family there. Do you guys have El Pollo Tropical in Orlando? Yes. We do not have Pollo Tropical here, which sucks because I like Pollo Tropical. We have El Pollo Loco out here, which is kind of similar. But Tony answering that question is funny. Yeah, I mean, it's just the truth. Like, some of these questions, like, I can't answer that. So how do you feel about the death of Nipsey Hussle? I don't really pay attention to it, but, you know, anybody getting shot or killed is never a good thing. Our food will kill you is not the best marketing strategy. Yeah, I agree. I mean, just something about it, just like, I mean, it just doesn't make me want to eat there. Like, I don't want to, like, our food will kill you just isn't, it's not appealing to me. I don't want to die. Not yet. McDonald's best burger was the Angus burger. I think I tried that one. I can't even literally tell you the last time. The last time I ate McDonald's, I think, was when I was in Los Angeles and I was coming down from Big Bear because it was literally the only thing open on Christmas Day. And that was 2017 Christmas, so that was like 2 years ago. We have one Shake Shack, but it's 30 miles from me. That's disappointing. We have a Shake Shack on the Strip, and I think there's another one on Summerlin area, and then there's one right over here in Henderson as well. So right at the district. What was bad about the date? Well, it was okay at first. But then we sat down after we had a couple drinks. So here's what we did. We ended up going to different we went to Green Valley Ranch, and a cool thing that you guys can do for a date option, since some of you are curious about this, is if you go to a casino, there's like, you know, multiple restaurants in the casino. So appetizer hop, get like an appetizer at one, appetizer at another, drink at one, a drink at the other, like kind of like hop around and try all the different foods and restaurants and drinks and stuff. So that way you're not buying like meals and you're not getting full at one place. You can go try multiple places. So that's a cool thing to do. But it was going like great, and then all of a sudden I just started getting like drilled with questions, and it was just like way too many questions and like really personal questions. And then it was like, why are you here? Like, what makes you want to get on the state? You know, like super like interrogating, just weird stuff that shouldn't happen at that point yet. And yeah, I went home. I told her I was leaving, and I went home. Haven't spoke since. Are you into sports at all? I mostly pay attention to college football. College football is like the main thing I worry about. I used to be into NBA a lot more, and I still like NBA, but college football by far is my preferred sport. College basketball is okay. I've seen you in a few chats, Cheryl. Cheryl is always in the chat. Cheryl is literally on every chat. It's awesome. We got a couple people that are always on the chat. XOXO is pretty much on all of them. Cheryl's on all of them. Steph's on all of them. I mean, we've got a lot of people. Star Wars fan, he's always on them. Ryan's in a lot of them. Mick Amiga's in a lot of them. I mean, most of you guys are pretty much in every chat, which is really cool. How bad is the medical system there? I'm not sure because I've never needed it for anything, luckily. But just overall from what I've heard from everybody is that it's just not good. So I don't really have too much to say about it because I haven't done a whole lot of research about it, but just the overall consensus that I've gotten, I've never heard a good thing ever. I'm in New York, but I'm all Boston sports. Yeah, I mean, I grew up a Patriots fan because I'm from the Northeast. But I don't know. I used to be into the Patriots, but then it's like, I don't know, they're always winning. I mean, you think it's a good thing because it's your team, but, you know, I don't know. It just gets kind of boring when they're always winning. There's no, like, up and down. There's no, I don't know. It's the same thing. You interested in moving to Seattle? No, not really. Rains too much up there. Rains too much. It's dreary all the time. I don't know anybody up there. It'd be one thing for me to move back to Florida because I have roots there, and there's a reason for me to move back to Florida. But just to move to like Seattle or like North Dakota or like something would just there'd be no point. I mean, I have roots here. I have people that I know here now. I wouldn't want to move again. It's not boring winning. I mean, you want your team to win, I know, but I don't know. I like my college team, the UCF Knights. I mean, we're winning now. We're doing great, but there's been so many like ups and down seasons that it makes it worth it now that we're winning. Do you still have your Florida driver's license? Yes, I do. Actually, I keep all my driver's license. I still have my license plates too, actually. I think I might have them in the closet, but I don't know how to show this without like showing you my old address and everything, but yeah, there's my picture. See, I had a little chubby face there. A little chubby face. That's my Florida one. So this is the old Florida one. This one, they don't look like this anymore. They've done a redesign on these, but that was my chubby face, and then this was my California picture. So this picture is a little bit better. Let's see if where's my Nevada one? My Nevada picture is awful. I hate this picture. Focus. Yeah, I hate this picture. I'm actually like smiling in this one, which is cool. The thing is, this Florida one, like when I got this one, I remember I was at the DMV and the lady told me not to smile. So I look miserable, but she told me not to smile for whatever reason. So are you the type that would harbor grudges if somebody did you wrong in high school? I mean, depending on what it was. I mean, we were young. We had different mentality back then. I don't know. But I don't really have anybody at all that comes to mind. But I wouldn't move because of somebody from high school. Definitely not. Oh, move on. I mean, again, I think it depends on the situation for sure. But I mean, I think you should always forgive people, you know, at the end of the day, but it doesn't mean you have to forget at the end of the day. You know, I come from Christian faith, so, you know, forgiveness is a big thing for me, but it doesn't mean you have to forget. Just because you forgive doesn't mean you have to accept that person back into your life and put back up with their, you know, habits, etc. Couldn't you just keep your Florida license and not get... No, you have to update your license anytime you move within 30 days, typically. Especially because, you know, your address isn't valid. It's not where you live anymore. So you have to update your address. I don't have my California license plate, though, because when I got my license plates here in Nevada, they made me give them the California plates, which is weird because when I moved from Florida to California, they did not make me give them the Florida plates. I wish I still had my California plates, but I don't. But I did manage to keep my Nevada plates. You're supposed to send them back, but I just canceled the registration online. And the lady told me, well, if you cancel it online, then you're good. So I like your Vegas picture. You're smiling. I mean, I like that I'm smiling in it. I mean, I'm smiling in the California one, too. It's kind of like a chipmunk smile, but I'm smiling. Do you guys use SunPass in the Orlando area? Yep, SunPass. As far as I'm aware, they still use the SunPass all over Florida. So I guess I should put these IDs back so I don't lose them. Is there toll roads in Nevada? Where I live, there are tolls everywhere. I have not seen a single toll road here. So if we do, I don't know about it. Let's see. I mean, I don't think we do. No. Nevada does not have a single toll booth. No cash tolls, e-tolls, highway bridge, or tunnel tolls, period. So no. No tolls. They aren't moving to Scottsdale. Have you been there? I haven't been to Scottsdale. I've heard great things about it. I hear it's very beautiful, very scenic. People are nice there. It's definitely a more ritzy area, so just be aware of that. Do you still have your Florida doctor and dentist, or tell them you're leaving Florida? No, I didn't tell them anything. I just didn't go back. Jet Boy, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Dylan, have you visited any of the shows on the Strip? I have not. I know this year, I'll still be here for Christmas this year, so I think my mom wants to see David Copperfield, so we'll probably do that. Maybe a couple other shows. Should be fun. So probably more towards the end of the year is when we will do some more shows. Now I've heard great things about pretty much all of them. I'd like to see Circus Soleil as well. Since you live in warm places, I could handle cold weather. It gets cold here in Vegas, so I can handle it, but I don't necessarily prefer it or like it. But yeah, I can handle it. Make sure if you guys are on here, again, give it a thumbs up. We got 3 trolls who have disliked the video for whatever reason, so let's get those likes up if you haven't yet. Don't mean to be personal, Tony, but did you have a childhood crush on in terms of actresses? I don't really have any, to be honest. I mean, I guess if it was anybody, maybe like Angelina Jolie. What's the best neighborhood to live in if you're single, no family, no kids? It depends what you want to do. If you want to be more towards, I mean, I like Henderson because it's quiet. You can get away from everything, and then when you want to go out to the Strip or do any entertainment, you can. It's only 15 minutes away. So, I mean, I'm always going to be a fan of Henderson. I'm always going to say Henderson. So, Henderson. I want to see MJ one show. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Michael Jackson one as well. A lot of people have said that. I've seen Copperfield a few times. What did you think about it? Because my mom has wanted to see that, and she wanted to go last year, and we didn't go. So hopefully this year when she comes for Christmas, we can go. Her and my grandma as well. Oh, no pizza tonight? No, not tonight. They do have $9 after 9 though, which is very tempting. It's always tempting. I could literally eat pizza every night, but I would definitely get fat. But I love pizza. I could literally eat pizza every single day and not ever get sick of it. When I was in high school, that's what I used to get every day at school was pretty much pizza for lunch. Pizza and fries and a cookie. Terrible for your diet, but then when I was a senior, we got to leave campus, so I would go to like Firehouse, Chick-fil-A, KFC, Panera. I'd eat out every single day when I was a senior. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, even the dislikes actually help the video. It doesn't hurt the video, but just the fact that like there's actually a person, I find it hilarious. Every time somebody is actually subscribed to the channel, they have notifications on, and every time I post a video, they dislike it within like 5 minutes. Like they literally have no life, that they're always by their phone, and they dislike a video within 5 minutes of me posting it. It's pretty ridiculous. It's probably one of those people from Vegas who just don't want, anybody moving here. So, see, now we got 5 dislikes. Oh man. I always feel so bad after eating pizza, but it's so good. I don't ever feel bad about it. Sometimes I'm too full because I eat way too much, but I like pizza. I don't ever feel bad or regret it. If haters couldn't hate, they'd be unemployed. Most of them probably are unemployed in their mom's basement, to be honest. I had veggie burgers. That sounds good. Love your track lighting. Did you install them? No, they were here at the apartment, so I haven't customized anything in this apartment, so everything is whatever was here. So can you block people on YouTube? Yeah, I usually do, but there's some secretive weirdos out there who watch everything I do and they never comment, but they always dislike, so you don't really know who they are. But typically, like, anybody who posts like negativity, people who disagree with a lot of the things that you say are typically the ones that are disliking. So if I find somebody's like really radical with their opinion, like they are just very over the top, they're, you know, very extreme with their opinion, they use a lot of profanity, then I'll block them. You know, I'm not going to sit here and argue with, like, people want to argue back and forth on, you know, in the comment section. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm not here to change anybody's mind of anything. So, I mean, you're open to your opinion and people are going to disagree. Some people will agree. It is what it is. Any Indian spots? I haven't tried any Indian spots personally. You like to travel the world? I love to travel. So anytime I can travel, I love to travel. Call his haters here Muppets. That's a good one. I never heard of that one. That's funny. Muppets. Maybe it's the date you ghosted. It could be one of them, to be honest. I wouldn't doubt it. So you can tell who dislikes or likes your videos? No, you're not able to see any of that. Never let the haters get to you. No, I don't care. I used to really care, but now I just don't. I mean, it comes with the territory. I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't have any haters, you're not doing anything meaningful. You know, I think it's important that you have people who are really on your side, and then you have people who are just not even on your side. People who are just completely. I don't ever want to be like just tolerated by somebody. I want people to either really, really like what I do and really like me, or just to not be fans at all. It's like the whole, like, I'm not trying to say I'm Kanye West or anything, but like, you either love or hate him. Same thing with Trump. You either love or hate him. Like, that's the best way to be, is to have people who love and hate you. You don't ever just want to be tolerated by people. So it doesn't really bother me. It comes with the territory, especially, like I said, coming, you know, putting yourself out there online, it's going to happen. People are the ones that have nothing going on with their lives. Yeah, typically. It's always the guy with no profile picture, or like a superhero profile picture, or a cat profile picture, who has no subscribers, no likes, nothing, and they're just depressed with their life, and they want to bring people down to their level, because when they see other people happy, they see other people doing what they want, you know, it makes them upset, and they want you to be on their level, because then they start feeling bad about themselves that they're not where they should be. How big is your arm when you flex? I have no idea. I don't measure. Have you seen Jacob's life in Vegas? I haven't seen him in person, no. I'm burnt out from my job. I hate going there. No way to live. Well, you got to come up with a plan to exit. You got to start doing something different. So start either applying to different jobs, or start to do a side hustle at night. So, you know, if you want to get into YouTube, start doing YouTube videos on the side. If you want to start a business, start, you know, planning that business out on the side when you get home, and start making moves to basically escape, you know. But you got to plan it. Cat profile picture, that's a good one. They're flaky and they shiver. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't really worry about it. All right, we're going on an hour and a half, guys. I didn't really plan on being on this long again, as always. So probably in the next 5 minutes, because I still have a video to edit and a couple other things to do tonight. So if you guys have any other last minute questions or anything, let me know. and we'll go ahead and answer those. If not, we will do another live later this week. Climb back under the bridge, trolls. I know Dottie gave the thumbs up. Dottie's always talking about giving the thumbs up. She's an OG. Do you ever want to collaborate with someone on your live chat? I mean, I would. It would just have to be a meaningful collaboration for both people. Gabe, love your videos, bro. We'll be there in October. Awesome, man. Look forward to having you here. Is it weird that I love my clients but hate all the bosses? People No, I mean, that's normal. If you like what you do, then that's normal to like the people that you work with, like the clients. What do you think is with the whole Area 51? I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, okay, there's going to be somebody, like there was a lot of people who said they were going to do it, and on that Facebook group, there's going to be a small group of people who actually go to do it and end up probably getting killed or arrested or something. But yeah, I can guarantee you the government has something they're already preparing. They're going to have people out there to patrol that like crazy, and they're going to have people getting arrested that night, I'm sure. Gabby says good night. Good night. So, would you ever move to Europe? I've never been to Europe, so I would definitely want to visit first. So, I'm not sure. I'd have to visit first and see if I like it there. Have a good night, Tony. You too, Ryan. Thanks for coming on, man. What are you having for dinner? I'm going to make some salmon. Have a wonderful night. Thanks, you too, Dottie. Good night, Tony. Remember, you're awesome. I appreciate it, Waylon. Appreciate the support, as always, the encouragement. It's time to go inside. Sunset time. Bye-bye, Tony. See you, Terrence. Enjoy the sunset, man. That sounds beautiful. So, let's see. Catching up with these last-minute comments. Hey, I'm making some salmon tomorrow. Nice. Salmon is always good. I eat mostly salmon and bison. Those are the two things that I eat the most. I mean, besides my breakfast, which is like egg whites and Ezekiel bread, all that good stuff. So, anyways, this was a good little chat, guys. Thank you guys for coming on. This was, again, about an hour and a half here. So, I know there's a couple of people that just came on. What's up, Mary? I apologize. We're actually ending the live stream right now. But if you guys want to rewatch the live stream, I'm going to have it up. It should be up in probably the next couple minutes, probably in 10 minutes or so, if you want to check it out. But what's up, Mary? What's up, Valerie? I see you guys, but we're actually cutting the live stream just now. So thank everybody for coming on. I will see you in the next one. And make sure you watch the video that I just posted. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.